right, I think we are good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and start talking about video. Who am I? Now, my name is Jonathan, obviously, and I work here at the Branning Group. I'm the video manager. So what that means is I am a full-scale video editor slash I also manage the team. I've talked a little bit about our team. I said something about how we have a full-scale team. We have our editing, one of our first chair editors, her name's Stephanie. She's incredible. Basically, whenever we have content, it goes straight to her. I kind of give her priority on that because she does such a great job. Then we also have two editors. We have they're like kind of second scale editors. We have Joyce, who is our graphics engineer, and he kind of does stuff on a case-by-case basis for us whenever we need graphics or animations. If you've seen anything like that, it's gone through Joyce. And then we also have our new hire. His name is John, and he's been doing great at what he's been doing. It's called something we like to call syndication, and I'll get into what that looks like in just a second. But I've been doing video for about 5 years now. I kind of accidentally got into it. Literally, it was just like it was something I wanted to do. And then they're like, hey, we have a video. Do you know how to do this? And I said, yes. And I didn't. I went home that night and I studied for like hours on how to edit something. And I like took a video with my phone of my dogs, and I went and edited it, and it came out pretty good. And then I took on that project and it went really well. Like the first video I've ever edited actually came out really good. And so I was like, really like, okay, like, either this is really easy or like I'm really lucky or something like that. But I kind of kept it up. I really enjoyed it and I had a lot of passion for it. So here we are. I have been working for the Branning Group for a year and a half, a year and a quarter, something like that. And yeah, I wanted to really share where we've come because, the video aspect of Branning Group has not really been like this all the time. When I first came on, I essentially was just an editor. So whenever Alex had some videos that he wanted to get done, I would just be there to edit. And then also we had our video domino product at the time. And that was going full strong. And I was also editing those projects when they came about. So we really ramped it up from there. We started doing we had like kind of a monthly shoot going on where Alex would have new content once a month, basically, somewhere along those lines. And he would come on, we would all go in the studio together. It'd be a lot of fun, set up the whole studio in our other office at the time. And, people would still be working, but they would just be quiet so that we can film our videos. And they came out really good. We filmed some of our banger videos in those days, like the one, you might have seen it, the Break Free ad that Alex has that has been popping off. We filmed that one there. We filmed several courses in there. I mean, like that has been amazing. We were blessed enough to actually be able to get a studio in and of itself. So we have a second office here that is just for the studio. Alex has his office back there and he does all the brainstorming and also all the managing of the company. But then we have our team here. I'm currently in our main filming suite right now. Maybe I can turn the camera around. No, we'll just leave it there. But we're in, this is where we do all the stuff right now. So I can, maybe I can just look this up. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see over here, that's basically where Alex sits. If you've seen any videos, you would know. We have all of our equipment here. We have this new slider, a few lights, that kind of stuff. Man, this is, let me see if I can put this back on here. Did I mess it up? No, we should be okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So this is the spot. This is where we get everything done now. And we've come a long way from, the other office, just filming amongst the other employees. And, our videos are still good because we manage them well, but it's really been just so much brainstorming. We've put a lot into the video side of things. We've put a lot of research. We put a lot of analytics. We put a lot of investments into growing the video team. And we've come out with incredible content. And also like we have the means to be able to do this workflow. Like it works for us. Video really works for us. And we've seen our ads just stretch out, over several different platforms and work on several different platforms as well. So that's why we keep doing it. We would, if it wasn't successful, we wouldn't do it. So I want to kind of talk about what our process is, really just kind of spill the beans, open the curtain, and show you guys what that looks like as far as our full video team process. And then I want to kind of scale it down, because obviously we are this whole side of our company is dedicated to video. And I understand that some of you wouldn't be able to fully dedicate yourself to the video side of your business. So I want to scale it down and be able to help you guys figure out ways that you can yourself, with the current resources and time that you have, figure out how you can implement a very successful video component into your business. And just, I'm not really going to be going over too much of the why. I know if you've heard Alex talk about it, you've heard it. Alex has a ton of great resources on why video is good, and I highly recommend that you ask him next time you see him on the call. We also have, I'll just do a quick plug, our Video Domino Fast Track. It teaches you everything that I'm going to teach you. I'm teaching you guys in like a very compressed version. This gives you a very expanded version, and it gives you the why. Alex goes over how to make a script. I show you completely, like giving you filming guides, like practical filming guides on, hey, here's the lighting equipment you should use. If you don't have this, then you can use this and you can use this. Here's the mic equipment, etc. We go through editing. If you are wanting to learn how to edit your own videos, I give you a few different resources, but we go specifically deep into one resource that we found and we absolutely enjoy. And also we have one of our ads team guys go over how to properly launch your video in an ad format as a video domino. That is what we call it. But also you could take it from there and create all types of resources from that format. So I highly recommend that you check that out if this is interesting to you. But we're going to go over our process quickly. So ideation is usually where we start, right? So the idea of it. So we actually have a team now. Alex has hired someone to do R&D, research and development, figuring out what's trending right now, figuring out what's hot in the insurance space, figuring out what do people want to know. Is it what time of the year, like what is relevant right now? Is it open enrollment? How do we help those people who are trying to get open enrollment right now? Tax season, right? We're just kind of having someone do that kind of work for us so that we can stay on top of our game. They bring that information to Alex, and then we sit down and create. Now, due to our schedules right now are very tight. We are doing school stuff right now. So, well, I'm in school, and Alex is also, as you should know, he's doing some school stuff. And so come the summertime, we usually, like when our schedules are freer, we like to sit down and actually have more development as far as ideation. Alex does a lot of that right now. And he brings it to us and he say, guys, hey, here's what I want to film. Every Thursday is our shoot day. So we have a weekly shoot day now where even if we don't really have too much, we'll try to kind of scrounge something up and put a video together. If we don't have too many ideas, we'll just do something just because we have, the time and capability for it. On filming day, myself and Stephanie comes in and we set up this room, and Alex comes in, crushes it. He is incredible. That's one of his hidden talents, I think. I mean, it's not so hidden in this space, but he is so good at just like crushing videos. One take wonder, Alex Branning, I'm telling you, for real. He just goes through his scripts all in his mind. Sometimes he has them out and about, but even he'll just look at it and then be like, okay, cool, I know what I want to say. You know what I mean? So he's great at that. So we film the video, then it gets sorted out into, who's going to edit it. Like I said, I take on some, I usually give them to Stephanie. She's incredible. Stephanie will edit them out and I will do a quick review. And just to give you guys a visualization of this process, I actually want to show you quickly what our, I have it laid out in this app that we use called Trello. And this really shows us, this will give you a great perspective on what that looks like. So let me go here. Awesome. So you should be able to see this. As you can see, we have a board or a card for every single part of our system, and it keeps going even further. I mean, we have a full system set in place here. As you can see, I have my content ideas. This is our area where we ideate. This is our area where we put all of our ideas together. As you can see, there are tags here, for what each of them are. And, oh, loose idea. Okay, so this is a loose idea that we have kind of put together, and we want to build it out and make it even further. So that's why we tag it with this, but we have all these tags here. You can, when it's even ready to go, you can put a built idea, and then you can move, let's just do a mock. I'll show you how I did it like this. Click that, go to built idea, boom. Take this, move it over to ready to shoot. When it's ready to shoot, I will schedule something. If it's an Alex shoot, we'll just do it on Thursdays. And if it is a special shoot, for example, this one, we are filming something with our amazing customer service rep, Lamaya. So we'll schedule a timeout for that. When that is good to go and filmed, it goes into our editing bin, as you can see here. Now, it gets scheduled to an editor, and then it will go into our specific bins. So as you can see, that is just for YouTube. We have courses, landing pages and ads, and social media here. When it's edited, it goes to my review and sort board column here. I go through and I check each of them out, and I see how they're coming along. If they need to be revised, I just say, hey guys, can you do this? And they'll get it back to me. And if they're ready to go, then we go to this section of this board here, which is my ready to publish. So it then goes into each one, and I tag Alex and I say, hey Alex, where do you want these, sort of thing, like this is ready to go. Or I'll upload them and it'll be like, okay, this is ready for put in an email. This is ready for this, for that. So this is our process. Just to give you a visual behind, each step. We've put a lot of work into kind of creating it. So something that really works for us. And I highly recommend if you want to go into video, I highly recommend having a workflow kind of like that. So the last step after publishing, we publish our main core video, and then we do a step that, like I told you a little bit about earlier. We call it syndication. So syndication is something that Alex actually came up with, where we take one core video. So let's say a video that we filmed in here on a Thursday or something like that. And Alex will come in, Alex came in and he said, hey, can we actually take this video that we filmed, and can you switch it ever so slightly to market to a different demographic? So I want you to change the intro of this video. Let's say the video is how to sell life insurance leads, or how to get life insurance leads. Let's say, hey, I want you to change the intro to how to get life insurance leads in Pennsylvania, how to get life insurance leads in New York. Really target those demographics strong. So what we'll do is we'll go through, and I'll have John, who is our syndication editor, go through it and create intros for each and every single one, all 50 states, all different products, life insurance, health insurance, mortgage protection, all that kind of stuff. He'll go through and make like different ones for each, because we have, in the core video matches, it'll match it. It is relevant content to that intro. We just change it ever so slightly so that we can market it everywhere. That also helps with our SEO. What is SEO? Search engine optimization. You should know that. But basically, when someone clicks how to get life insurance leads in this state, our video title is the same thing as that Google term. You know what I mean? It'll pop up. That way people see us. So essentially, getting all of our content on multiple different platforms, we'll syndicate it to TikTok. We'll syndicate it to Instagram Reels. We'll syndicate it on Facebook, email lists, YouTube. Sometimes we even put it on our podcasts. Like, it just helps us to get even more seen. We have 3 YouTube channels right now that one of them is specifically that we just kind of dump all of this content onto, just so that it's out there. We don't want to, we don't want to bombard our audience with a ton of content. So that's why we have the separate one that is essentially, we're still getting seen. We're still, people are knowing about us because of it, but it doesn't affect our normal audience. So that's kind of like a little feel free to ask more questions about that later in the question and answer time, but that's kind of just a little like insight to the syndication. So that's our process. And I know we're running out of time. I wanted to scale this down so that you are able to also figure out, hey, how can I do video for myself? So like I said, Alex teaches a lot on the why of the video, so I'm not going to go over too much of that, but I can tell you that it is necessary right now in this time. With all of the changes and privacy acts and all that kind of stuff, making sure that you yourself are seen is really important. And I really encourage you to check out a couple of our videos, like the iOS 14 changes marketing video on YouTube. Go ahead and type that in and check that out. That kind of stuff is really relevant to right now and what's happening in the tech space, in the social space, all that stuff. So go ahead and check that out for some why. Let's talk about, hey, if you yourself want to start making videos tomorrow, what does that look like? Well, congratulations. All you need is a phone. And I guarantee you, most of you have one sitting right next to you right now. Go ahead and pick that up and you can see the cameras. I currently have two, or, I have the iPhone. I think this is the iPhone 12. I actually don't know. It's funny. I just get a new phone whenever I need a new phone. So I actually don't know which one this is. But as you can see, I have the one with the two cameras. So I can do a very wide zoom. It has the 4K. I mean, listen, it's got everything you need. So this right here is already a very powerful tool to film videos. So you can use a camera that you have and set it up on a tripod. You can use a phone and set it up on a specific phone tripod, right? So that is a really good resource for you just right here. I recommend putting things fixed, AKA that means putting things on a tripod, your phone on a tripod. You can also hold it, like you can do selfie mode and do that. If you're going to hold it, I would recommend doing selfie mode and then kind of just like putting your phone out like, hey guys, that kind of stuff. Make sure that your arm is kind of extended and it feels comfortable. It feels locked so that you're not like, like shaking your phone. That is just not helpful because it's just going to really distort your message. Another thing that is really important to getting your message across is audio. Now, if you just have a phone, that's doable. It's definitely doable. Make sure that you're not covering up your mic. If you're going to hold it from the mic side, which I am here, the mic side is on the bottom of the phone. So if you're tilting your phone, you have the mic side on the right typically. If you're tilting your phone to the left. So if you're going to hold it this way, you can hold it like this. And you can make sure that you're kind of cupping the mic versus hand on the mic like this. Because you will block the microphone. If your voice is muffled, how are they going to hear your message? I mean, personally, I would rather watch a video with bad video than bad audio, because then I wouldn't be able to understand it at all. You know what I mean? So another thing to keep in mind, if you're using your phone, I recommend staying indoors, because imagine if you are outside. I mean, listen, if I just remove this little filter here and I blow into the mic, trying to talk over wind like that would be crazy. Of course, the wind, you know what I mean? So I recommend being in a place where the audio is isolated, the audio is quiet and that kind of stuff. And I also recommend that you get a microphone. So you can get these mics called lapel mics, Lapel, lapel mics. You can find them on Amazon for like $15, maybe even cheaper. But I recommend getting one that's like nice so that the audio is not too crackly, not too distorted. Just get a nice one. They range in price, but even the $15 ones can do the work. You can put them up right here and they go into your phone. Some of them are wireless if you want to pay for those. I actually highly recommend the wireless ones, so that an ugly wire isn't getting in the way. But if all you need right now is a wired one, that's fine too. I highly recommend getting something like that. And that helps with your audio. Another really important thing is lighting. Now, you can get something like this, like a ring light, if you want to buy something. So we have this little ring light here. Excuse me. And like I just turned it on, but honestly don't even know how I turned it on. Oh, press this button here. So yeah, it obviously provides a ton of bright light, helps you be able to be seen. So if I just switch it like that. Also, another thing, I don't know if you noticed, so if I turn this back off, the lighting almost distorts the true color of the room, right? If I turn this back on, you can kind of see skin tones are more matched in the light in the camera with the lighting, like proper lighting and that kind of stuff. So it's actually really important to have that. because you want to be seen for who you are, right? Like make sure that your lighting is good so that the true color, that's really important. Also, you don't want like dark like this. It just like gets it can kind of bring distortion and bring artifacts in the camera. As you can see, it's more around this side in my eyes here. It's kind of grainier footage just because the cameras are working a little bit harder to make sure that all the details and the information is seen in the darker areas. So the camera is like trying to light up those a little bit harder. So I recommend having that light. If you don't want to buy a light, and if the lights in your offices, you know, they're above you, so I would recommend getting something that is kind of like, you know, in front of you or a little bit higher than you, but not like above you, because I mean, obviously, let's just do a little demonstration, right? This is like in front of me, but a little bit like higher, right? This is like here. Now, if I put it above me, obviously it kind of distorts my face a little bit because it's putting like the, you know, it's casting my brow onto my eyes and it's giving me dark eyes. And it's, you know, it's showing my wrinkles around my smile lines, you know, even further versus like having something like this, you know, okay, it opens up, you know, this area, it doesn't highlight this as much, you know what I mean? And it kind of, it does like help you look better, which is always a good thing, right? One other aspect is if you don't want to buy a light, I recommend using a window. So, you know how it's usually in front of you. So use like a window, stand in front of one. And also when you are, if it's quiet, go outside, not windy, that's fine too. If you have something behind you, if you have a light behind you, like, see, will this thing go behind me? If I had this behind me, as you can see, it could be distracting. It could be really bright back there. And it also like kind of maybe brings your eyes to this rather than to my face. I recommend having like kind of more, I would say, what is the word for it? I think they would call it just like a backlight, but basically it's a light that's soft. Maybe it's different colors in the background or no light in the background, just to make sure that it's more, you don't want anything to be distracting. You want it to add to the video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know that I saw a question in the chat talking about what are some current trends. We're a little bit over time, but I'll just talk about this right now. From 2016 to around like 2018, 2019, we saw a lot of long form video working really well, 10-minute videos on YouTube, that kind of stuff. And that still can work well. I think that that's important to have something. You want a little bit of everything. So I recommend making long form videos, talking about yourself, your product, what you can offer, what this is, the details, what's new in your field of work, your industry, that kind of stuff. It gives you an opportunity to sit down and gives the clients to actually sit down and get a chance to like see you from a more like casual perspective, I guess. You know, also professional because you're sitting at your desk, you're talking, something like that. You can even record into Zoom, just like we're all here, you know? And then another aspect of trends. So that was, like I said, 2016 to 2018, it's still working, but here's what's popping off right now. Short form video. I'm sure you've heard the words TikTok. I'm sure you heard the words Instagram Reels. Even if your demographic necessarily isn't on those platforms, you can still make short form content and put it pretty much anywhere. Because of its success in 2019 into the pandemic in 2020, it skyrocketed. And companies are doing everything they can to mimic what's going on in TikTok. TikTok obviously was a thing for a little while before 2020 and the pandemic. And it has now, you know, when no one had anything to do, when they were locked indoors, they would create and also binge TikTok like crazy. I mean, literally binge it. So people love that short form content. I mean, I'll talk a little bit about it in just a second, but a bunch of platforms, Instagram did it first, YouTube just started it, and Facebook actually just started it within this month. I think in this year, maybe it was a little bit longer, maybe this year, but I've recently started seeing it pop up like in the past month. And they call them shorts, YouTube shorts, Facebook shorts, Instagram Reel, that kind of stuff. So you've probably seen it on your Facebook pop up. So as you can see, it gives you this option. If you're on the phone, you could just swipe. If you're on the computer, it gives you this option just to use the arrow. And they're like videos under 30 seconds. And they just go really fast. And they are really like, they switch a lot. you know, they have, some of them have a very specific like routine that each of them follows, so that when you're scrolling, you know exactly what you're going to get. A lot of them are clickbait. So they say you're going to get something, but you don't actually get that. And they just do that so you watch the whole way through. You know what I mean? There are ways to responsibly do that, but actually delivering on your promise and doing it in a not sleazy way. But yeah, also, when it comes to TikTok and reels and short form video, it's really good to have like good branding when it comes to that kind of stuff, and use yourself well, because there are users, I would say, you know, I would, this isn't official, this is just me. I would say when it comes to those, the stuff that people watch a lot, there are viral users and then there are viral accounts. So let's say, I know that's not the best terminology, but bear with me here. A viral user, I would call it, is it, let's say one person follows a trend, or I'll talk about trends in 1 second, follows a trend, or does a one-off video that's really funny, really unique, gives a tip that a lot of people don't know about, that kind of stuff. And it goes off, goes crazy, goes viral. Now, some people, there's a percentage of that group that saw that video that will go back to that account, but they're going to see that not all the videos are like that. That was just a one-off video where they were really funny, where something crazy happened, something stupid happened, or, you know, maybe they had a tip, like a cleaning tip, a cooking tip, something like that, and they watched. And they would go back and they would see that that person has no professional content filmed in that area of interest. It was just a one-off thing. And maybe that person is like, oh, I could do this, and they could keep going then. And that's good. But let's talk about a viral account. A viral account is branded. They know their content. They know this, and they're also flexing with the with what works in as far as content. So, you know, let's say they put out a video about this recipe that they made. Cooking videos are crazy on TikTok right now. They put out this video, and then a lot of people watch it, and they're like, I like this guy's style. Click on it and follow, and boom. That way, his account, his brand itself is going viral, not just that one video. And I mentioned trends. Trends are something that it might be with a sound that has on TikTok. You know, there's sounds that go on and go viral on TikTok, essentially like music or little sound effects. And you put your video in front of that. And you know, you create trends that it's one theme, but you make it relatable to you. And you know, hopefully that's also relatable to others and people like it and it goes viral. So for example, on our demographic, necessarily, we don't have too much of our demographic on TikTok. We have some. We definitely have like a good chunk of it, so we do it, and we've seen success from it. But however, the videos where we're talking about necessarily our products, they're okay. They get views from our followers and they get a little bit of views from elsewhere, but they aren't our strongest videos. Here's what makes it good. Here's why we do it. We'll do a trend, right? So we'll see a trend that's going on. You know, I can't think of anything that's relevant right now that I could talk about, but let's say there's a song and there's a joke that's trending on TikTok. We'll take that joke, we'll rewrite it to make it relevant to us and to our industry and our field, so that other people that are demographic and also beyond can kind of relate to it. And then we put that video out there. People laugh, they share it, they like it, and then the ones that are interested will click on it and go to our content and see our page. So we are working on trying to brand to make our account viral. You know what I mean? We don't want just a one-off video that goes viral. We want our account to be viral. So yeah, that's when it comes to current trends. That's just a little insight to that. Wanted to plug it one last time before we go into question and answers. Guys, Video Domino Fast Track is a great course. If you like anything that you heard today, I know this is a very short, very 30,000 foot view of what that looks like. If you want more of this, go to the Video Domino Fast Track in the Branning library, purchase that course. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Tons of good content. Everything that you saw on my Trello board, we cover all aspects of it, from ideation, scripting, down to filming, down to editing and launching ads based on video. Highly recommend that you check it out. We even add stuff to it on the monthly, or, you know, not monthly. We add stuff to it every once in a while. Last month, I should say, we added the green screen course. So we taught you guys how to create a green screen video, how to set up your green screen, how to maintain it. the do's and don'ts of green screen, that kind of stuff, how to light your green screen properly and light yourself. It's important things that people don't actually know. People don't actually know how to do that, but we made it simple for you. So go check it out. We add new stuff to it every once in a while. And if there's something that you want added, hey, can you do a series on just TikTok? Maybe we could talk with Alex and make something like that happen. Guys, thank you so much for listening to my just essentially brain vomit. That's not the best word of what we do here. I'm going to stop the recording before question and answering, and we'll just get into it.